views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Finally, a light shines on Lyme disease. Limelight Radio with Katina Makris is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential to expand awareness and activate change to eliminate Lyme disease for good. Limelight Radio is a much-needed venue for the USA's #1 fastest-spreading infectious illness. Katina is an award-winning author, a natural healthcare practitioner with over 30 years' experience, and most importantly, a healing force with her own personal Lyme journey. Be part of a movement to help end the suffering and confusion surrounding Lyme disease and begin to take action. Now here's your host, Katina Makris.
Then I go to my brother.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Katina Makris, and welcome to Limelight Radio. We're live today. Beautiful early summer day up in New England, and I've got a very special guest with me today who I met this winter out in Ojai, California. She is a talented practitioner, and we're going to be collaborating together over the year ahead into 2016 with our work with Lyme disease. And I want to introduce, I'm going to read her bio to you, Dr. Edie-Resto. She is a gem. She's filled with knowledge and expertise and a lot of experience with Lyme disease and tick-borne illnesses. So let me tell you about Dr. Edie, and then we're going to get into a great conversation with her and our second guest, Judy Gabriel, who's going to join us at 1:30. So first, let me tell you, Dr. Edie-Resto is a chiropractor and holistic educator dedicated to forming healing partnerships with her patients. She's a graduate of Life Chiropractic College West and Bastyr University, the largest naturopathic medical school in the USA, and the Institute of Psychostructural Balancing, where she studied a variety of massage and body work. Dr. Edie integrates many different modalities for a powerful healing experience at her Amara of Ojai Healing Center in Ojai Valley, California. She specializes in diagnostics for often misunderstood chronic diseases, with a forte in her renowned deep cleanse detoxification procedures. Lyme disease is a complex illness, as so many of you know, and it requires much restorative work to the damages induced. And Dr. Edie treats Lyme cases from all over the world. So Dr. Edie, welcome to Limelight Radio.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. It's such a treat to have you on air. You're a wealth of knowledge. You're out there in beautiful Southern California, and you, even in that area, you're ravaged with the illness, and you have people coming to see you from all over, don't you?
Yes, I do. And, as a chiropractor and a naturopath, one of our first philosophies is to first do no harm. And the other thing is that we know the body has the wisdom to heal itself. So this is my big approach and the difference in the philosophy with allopaths when I treat any kind of disease, but especially Lyme disease.
Yeah, so, I love those words, as to do the least harm, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, sometimes we do need antibiotics, like a lot of times people with Lyme disease, that's the first way to go to deal with Lyme and also with the co-infections. That's the protocol. But we need a new vision because these bugs are very knowledgeable and they're creating this biofilm around themselves and they're hiding in there and they're getting to the point where the antibiotics are not working and they're creating more damage in the body, and that's why we get into chronic Lyme disease at that point. So we have to have a different way of approaching these infections.
Mm-hmm. Because the organism, it does so many different things, doesn't it? I mean, it eats fatty linings of muscles and fascia and the myelin and sheaths, and then it creates endotoxins, and it ravages joints, and it gets into different systems. And as you said, then it creates the biofilms. Could you tell, because some people are new to our show, Dr. Edie, tell us about the biofilms if you don't mind.
Well, the biofilm, these bugs come into our system, and then, we try to doing blood work to figure out, who's there. Is it the Babesia? Is it the Bartonella? Is it the Giardia? Is it the parasite? What is the infection and what is causing it? So a lot of times we'll do blood work. Well, you need to know that the Babesia doesn't go in the blood. It goes deeper, and it goes into the tissues, connective tissue especially. So, luckily our labs are getting better at picking this up. But once these bugs are moving out of the blood and more into the system, they start to create a film around them in whatever tissue they are. They could be in the nervous system. They could be up in the brain, creating all sorts of havoc. Like some people get mixed diagnosed with MS or ALS, and it's not. It's really the Lyme creating havoc in the brain and creating havoc up there. And so anyway, the biofilm is like a wrapping. It's a protective shield around them. And so therefore antibiotics can't get to them. And they're creating more colonies so they can multiply. And then they can break out and start going into other areas of the body.
Oh my gosh.
Higher numbers,
So the biofilms are like if our body is like a little terrarium, let's say, or a habitat.
Exactly. It's a very nice, healthy habitat for them, but it's deadly for us.
It's deadly for us. So so in the early brand new infections, most of us understand that now. When it's still right in our bloodstream, that's when the antibiotics are the most effective. But once it's moved itself into a so-called tissue disease or multisystemic disease, then we have to go about it in other ways. So you have, I love your center, by the way. I have to tell our listeners, because I got a chance to visit Amara of Ojai, and oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. You're in the valley. It's situated east, west, north, south, so you have all the elements and the sun, and the feng shui is gorgeous, and the beautiful floors. I mean, you've done such a beautiful job at creating serenity and healing in there, and you incorporate many modalities as an integrative center, don't you?
Right, we do. One of our first approaches, and not only at the center, but, also working with people with Lyme and our cleanse. And any way that we approach people, the first thing we need to do with any illness or discomfort or disease, we need to stimulate the immune system. We need to boost it. And we have an innate immune system. That's the one that we're born with. And so, if you get a little cut, all these little chemicals run over to try to stop the bleeding and try to get rid of the infection. That's innate. That just happens. But then we also have the adaptive immune system, where the immune system learns to change with the changing threats. And in that process, we need to have people take more vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes, herbs, homeopathic preparations that we make for the individual person in order to stimulate their immune system. And then the next thing is that we need to do is to reduce the toxins. And for us at the center, when you walk into that environment, you feel something different because we've taken care of all the EMFs. We've taken care of all the electronics that could be coming in and really disrupting us. Even though we don't feel it,
yes,
the environment can really have an impact on you with microwaves. Like we don't have a microwave at the office.
Yeah, I
We
don't have
only
one in my house.
Right, exactly. And we only have, one area where we have all the electrical stuff, so that in the treatment rooms, there's a different energy in there, that the person's not being bombarded with a lot of it, external energy coming at them. So the environment, our external environment, removing the toxins there is also really important. And so we work to basically suppress toxins in our system and restore our gut. Because once you have toxins and these bugs in your system, they're dumping all their waste products on us. And that's what's making us kind of ill and not feeling well.
That's that brain fog and that really toxic brain fog, jet lag feeling, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what people are feeling. It's those toxins. So, the gut gets overwhelmed with that, the liver, because the liver is the one processing all that stuff. And it gets overwhelmed, and then people start having a little bit of digestive issues and stuff and can't process things well. So it's important to get the gut going, get rid of the toxins, reduce them first, gently and slowly, so people don't get too sick while they're cleansing. And then the next thing, and this is the most vital, is to remove the actual toxins themselves from the body. And in that process, we decrease pain, inflammation, we reduce the oxidative stress, and we're working on the biofilm to totally dismantle the biofilm and get rid of all that bacteria and debris. And so then people start to feel much better.
Oh, my gosh.
The last phase is restoration. It's a continual process once you have something like Lyme disease, because you'll have these bugs for quite a long time. They continue to dump into our system. And so what we need to do is really build up the system through herbs, through vitamins, and eventually the bugs move out because they cannot live in a healthy environment. And that takes working on your diet, drinking water, taking your vitamins, getting enough sleep. Yeah. All of that is important.
It really is a whole, well, we'll talk about it when we come back from station break, the whole concept of really what we're looking at with this illness and how it has taken root in so many people, why it has become epidemic. I think you understand, I do too, there's a lot of sort of so-called kingpins that have set the individual up for this very scenario to happen. But I love your philosophy, Dr. Edie, and it just makes perfect sense. I hope, audience, that you heard those salient pieces, because isn't that logical what Dr. Edie just said? I mean, this is very logical, and she's got such a great handle on this. I've met many of her clients who are so excelling with recovery. So, Dr. Edie, stay with me because it's time for our first station break. Okay. And when we come back, we'll talk more about this. It's fascinating and so valuable for people to know there's hope that they're going to be able to get well. So hang on, everybody. This is Limelight Radio with Katina Makris, and we're visiting with Dr. Edie-Resto. We're going to be right back after station break.
Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com. Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
What if there was no right or wrong way to be a great parent? Join Access Consciousness Facilitator Glenna Rice as she and Dr. Pat invite you to be the questionable parents you truly are and empower you to know and give the awareness required to create ease and joy with your children. Join Dr. Pat and Glenna as they focus on parenting for the modern family. Tune in every month to the Dr. Pat Show on air and online at TransformationTalkRadio.com.
1230 WPLQ.
Welcome back to Limelight Radio. Thank you, Brian. That's a fun song for today.
Oh, it certainly is. Yes.
Brian's our producer in Westerly, Rhode Island at our home base, WBLQ, 12:30 a.m. on the dial. We have a huge listenership in southern New England. We reach over 1 million people daily. Fantastic. And then as all of you are listening to us on their internet right now on Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show out of Seattle, I'm so proud to host Limelight Radio. I've got a great team behind me. I have to give a shout out to all of you. Thank you, Brian and Chris and everyone in Westerly and, of course, the whole crew out in Seattle. We're lucky to be able to reach around the globe every week with this dialogue on Lyme disease, the world's fastest spreading infectious disease, epidemic, tick-borne illness. Right, Dr. Judy? Unbelievable.
Yes.
Dr. Edie, rather. So, Dr. Edie, we were into our conversation here of how you approach a case with Lyme disease, and I appreciate so much of your understanding of the multiple systems of our body, how it's all interwoven together. We really are miracles.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing. The body's just amazing, and it is a miracle. A miracle. I always sat in genetics class going, "How is this even possible that these two little eggs, join the sperm and the egg, and then just multiply, and not have a kink in it?" It's incredible.
I know. And then here we are, like every day, in and out of our house, in our car, in the grocery store, and out in the garden. And we're constantly calibrating to temperature shifts and light shifts and foods and smells. And then we get introduced to perfumes and toxins and foods and additives. And all of this adds up, and we're constantly recalibrating.
Constantly. And, and some of us can handle that a lot better than others. Now, for instance, when you get a lab test and you go into the allopathic doctor and you do a lab test and it says your liver, it's a liver test, and your liver enzymes and the liver looks perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we look at the liver a little bit differently in the naturopathic world. And there's another test that hardly allopathics ever do, but naturopaths tend to do, which is called phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification of the liver. The liver is the one that cleanses everything out. It has 2 pathways. Now, our problem these days, we're discovering that we have these new labs that some people, like let's say you put 2 people in a room,
Mm-hmm.
and the room is full of smoke. And one of them sits there and goes, oh, no big deal. And the other one's just coughing and hacking and going, oh, my God, I feel like I'm going to die. What is going on there? Why are there 2 different reactions with the smoke? Well, one person, their liver detoxification pathway is fine, and it's handling it. And the other one has a genetic issue. One of the pathways or 2 of the pathways are not working, and therefore they can't handle the smoke, and they're having a reaction to it. So part of when we deal with Lyme, we also have to assume that some people are going to have more issues with Lyme disease than other people because their liver is not able to deal with the toxic load of all these co-infections happening at once.
Mm-hmm. And they release these byproducts, don't they? Ammonia.
Exactly.
And
they release these toxins, and the liver is supposed to be able to handle it. But if you have a genetic disposition that you're missing an enzyme, or what we call SNPs, then you won't be able to handle it, and you'll get sick. And not only that, but it makes you more open to other diseases and other chronic diseases, and it makes you more open and susceptible to cancer because you can't process the toxins. So part of, working with the cleanse is also to take a look at that and how can we best help this person remove these toxins, if they have these genetic position going on.
Yeah. So this is where your expertise with the cleanse really comes in as such a strong player in the recovery for people that are struggling. Could you explain a little bit about your detoxification cleanse work?
Well, there's a lot of places where you can go get cleanse and go get detox, and you can read on the internet. There are all these cleanses, and if you take away the sugar, the wheat, and the dairy, just basic, take that away from somebody, they're going to feel better. Okay? But that's not enough. And so what we do is we do a more individualized program. I take a complete history of the person, what they're eating, how they're sleeping. Are they stressed out at work? Are they stressed out in their relationship? Do they have past issues? Do they have genetic issues? What is their day-to-day life like? And we take a look at all of that, and then I come up with a plan for them individually. And then I decide I have a couple of ways of assessing that with the biomeridian machine. I do use labs, and we just kind of assess the whole situation and then figure out what would be the best way to deal with this situation. Are we going to use homeopathics? Then we'll make it for them. Are we going to use vitamins? Some people can handle, taking a vitamin package twice a day. Some people can handle taking it 4 times a day. And then I look at their food. Do they have food sensitivities? So I usually do a nice cleansing soup that people use for several days, and then they do their vitamins. They do a protein drink. I do cut out all the sugar, wheat, and dairy for several days. And that gives the body an opportunity to heal because it's a very alkalinizing soup. And the inflammation goes away. Their energy comes back. Their skin looks better. They're sleeping better.
That's fantastic.
It allows them an opportunity for their body to rest and also to heal. A lot of times people do not take the time. They say, I'm cleansing, but I'm also working 12 hours today.
Oh, my gosh.
That their body's in a state of physiological rest. It should be in a state of physiological rest when you're cleansing because your body's working hard. You have to give it that down time to heal.
I so support that. When I was first diagnosed with Lyme, I think you might recall a story that I had been bedridden for 3 years at that point.
Yes.
And my physician, when we finally figured it out, he said, I want you on bed rest for another 6 to 12 months because you need so much rest while we go about rebuilding depletions, detoxifying, and going after bugs. He says, you can't go out there into the world.
Exactly. And, people do not give themselves that time, unfortunately.
No, and that's an old standard.
And they take longer to heal.
Yeah, it's an old standard that our grandparents understood better, but the modern pace of living is so accelerated.
It's way accelerated, and that's why, these infections and co-infections are hitting people even harder. We have so much stress, and stress plays a huge impact on our immune system. If you're sad and you're in an unhappy relationship, or you're fighting with your kids, or your kids are, not doing what you want them to do, that is stress, and that's taking its toll on your immune system.
Yeah.
If you have a water leak in your bathroom and you have black mold, you're never going to heal of anything because that mold is affecting your immune system and breaking your immune system down. So we have to look at the environment also, not only emotionally, but also environmentally.
Yes, and then as you pointed out, the whole EMF situation, electromagnetic frequencies in the past 10, 15 years has become a staple with the computers and the cell phones and the towers.
Exactly.
And it's really been a conglomeration, hasn't it, of things that have brewed together.
Right. So, our office is away from all of that. Whenever we try to do a cleanse someplace, like we're doing in France, we're removed from all that stuff. So people can actually not be bombarded with all the external.
Yes. Oh, gosh, it's beautiful. It's really such a beautiful synergy you have between addressing the external environment, which we have to calibrate to, as we mentioned, and then the internal environment, which is what has been created with the infections and maybe the predisposing factors, like you said, food, molds, other toxins, et cetera. You've created a complete orientation here of what a body needs and also what a spirit needs. We'll mention that too when we come back after our next station break, because this illness, Lyme disease, and the co-infections, they have a very strong emotional and spiritual facets to them, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Very, very much so. So, Dr. Edie, it's time for us to take our next break, and when we come back, we're going to bring Judy Gabriel on, too.
Okay.
So, audience, stay with us. I hope you're loving this. I'm learning so much from Dr. Edie, and I have a feeling you are, too. She's communicating things so beautifully to us with such great understanding. So, stay with us. This is Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. We'll be right back.
Mother-in-law, 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 the worst person I know. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law, oh, she worries me so. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law, if she leave us alone, oh, we would have a happy.
Doctor loves quickies.
Mary's about ready to give love the shove, 'cause no matter what she tries, guys don't know that she's alive. To turn guys on, she needs to turn on those green lights, nonverbal cues that say, over here. Most guys won't approach unless they're cleared for landing. So ladies, to kickstart your love life, turn on those green lights and flash your pearly whites. I'm Dr. Jamie Turndorf of AskDrLove.com.
Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fontaine is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from Source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Welcome back to Limelight Radio, everyone. This is Katina Makris. We're having a fabulous show today. So much a pleasure to have Dr. Edie-Resto with me from Amara of Ojai Healing Center. And now we're getting to meet another practitioner from Amara, which is Judy Gabriel. And let me tell you about Judy. We're about to meet Judy, and she's going to get in the conversation with us. She wears several hats at Amara. She has run retreats and events for more than 25 years. And with this, she also brings in the ability to coordinate the team and the logistics of 7 practitioners working there at the center, and also coordinating these beautiful Out of the Woods Healing Lyme Disease retreats that are going to be held around the world that we're going to talk about now. And beyond her administrative support, Judy also is an intuitive healer, and she's able to dowse. For some of you, dowsing's a very interesting way to find out about the body and different systems. She's able to dowse the body for its needs in the moment. And she has a wonderful balance between her intuition and the use of technology. So she works with frequency machines also to help the human body with detoxification and helping it harmonize and rebuild. Energetic medicine is a dimension of holistic and natural medicine that is new to some of you, but is growing in popularity with a lot of illnesses. So Judy Gabriel, welcome to Limelight Radio.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and an honor to join you today.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so thrilled to have you. I told the audience earlier that I got to meet you and Dr. Edie and the other folks this winter in February out in California. And what a gifted group of practitioners you are, and how hard you're working with chronic illnesses, and in particular with the raging Lyme disease epidemic. So thank you for all your great work.
It's a personal passion, so we're all very devoted to it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We're beautiful to be in concert together. So, Judy, let's get into some of the nitty-gritty, because you're so great at details, and we're so excited to let our audience learn about these beautiful detoxification and restoration Lyme disease retreats that Amara has created and will be launching now this summer in July. And Brittany France, could you fill the world in on them?
Sure. Well, the reason we really started coming together on the focus of Lyme's was that we found that each of us, we all knew somebody that had Lyme, and we saw how they were struggling, and we saw the response they were getting from the most of the medical doctors that they were going to. There was either confusion about whether they had it or not, they were misdiagnosed, or once they were diagnosed, sometimes it was too late, and many times none of the healing that was offered wasn't healing. So our group came together and was inspired by your work and by other pioneers out there addressing it in a new way. And so, Amara, we work on creating a compassionate healing environment. This is part of our vision statement, is to create a compassionate healing environment where holistic treatments and educational tools empower the individual to reclaim their optimum health in mind, body, and spirit. So we created these our retreats are focused on the individual. They're always very small in number, so we can go customized approach and attention to each person, because we're really seeing that everybody has a different situation, depending on how long they've had the diagnosis, what co-infections are involved, and then what their body is, their health is to start with.
Yes.
So the number one thing is that we create a customized program for each individual, and that incorporates these different modalities and a specific plan. So as Dr. Edie mentioned, she starts with the biomeridian machine, which helps assess the body's state, and as well as working with the different labs. We have a very in-depth intake form. We do a Skype interview with each individual person, and really get a good picture of where they are, what they've tried, what their experiences are so far, and how they're feeling, and what they're comfortable with. So that's where we start, and then from that we integrate a plan with each of these different modalities, with acupuncture, chiropractic. We have the lens neurofeedback. We use bioresonance, a frequency healing, and of course the homeopathic modalities, and then counseling and support in the emotional and spiritual areas. And I know I'm sorry, I'm going on. Did you want to ask something?
Yeah, no. It's fine. I wanted the listeners to understand, how you all realized the importance of the retreat setting. How yes, you can find practitioners in your town or maybe in your state, and you have to, go to one and go to the other and piece it all together. It's rare that we find a center like Amara of Ojai. I mean, there are a few others around the country that have integrated practitioners together all under one roof, but they're rare. They're really rare right now. So by creating the retreat setting, I'm understanding that you're dedicating, 2 beautiful weeks in beautiful settings that nourish all of our senses, body, mind, and spirit, and, sound, light, color, and the quality of food and the detoxification programs. It allows the human being actually the time to let down, restore, recalibrate, and be nourished.
Yes. Rarely do we take time for ourselves like that in a really in a totally undisturbed, really focused way. When we're at home, even if we're going to the doctors every day, we've been through that, but there's still, you get home and you're still faced with the other responsibilities of our daily lives. This allows the individual to really focus on themselves, let down, be taken care of, and let their bodies heal and receive. And to have also those different modalities, as you said, under one roof or on one campus, one piece of property, where you're literally just walking across the hallway or across the grass to the next practitioner, that are all in concert and coordinating together for your specific plan. That is unique. That is unique, and it's the act of driving to the doctor or getting a ride to the doctor and coming home, you're still having to interface with the outer world and traffic lights and I think of this Lyme disease epidemic akin to the tuberculosis epidemics of 100 years ago, where people needed to be removed from the cities, from all that was stressing their body, and they had those old sanatoriums in the old days. And we need this for the Lyme disease sufferers. They're so weary, their systems are compromised, their spirits are broken, sensitivities are enormous, and creating these beautiful environments will come after station break. And we can talk about the locations that you're hosting them in, because I know you've handpicked places of the world that have, beautiful alignments of energy and peace, beauty, tranquility. So, it's time for our next break, Judy and Dr. Edie. But thank you, Judy, for getting us oriented to the origins and of where your passions came to create these for the people that are suffering. Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone, it's time for a station break. Stay with us. We're going to come back. We're going to hear some more about the beautiful healing retreats and the great good work of Amara of Ojai. This is Katina Makris with Limelight Radio.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Basili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump.
Welcome back to Limelight Radio, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this great show today. We're learning about Lyme disease, how many of us have struggled so with the toxins these organisms induce, and as Dr. Edie pointed out in the beginning, that some of us genetically are predisposed to actually succumb to these illnesses in such a dire way because of some of genetic predispositions. That's why some of people actually don't get so sick. Their genetics actually can help them manage the condition. There are a lot of people walking around with infections, have very mild symptomology, and then some of us, like myself, completely bedridden. And Judy, thank you for giving us the intro here on the fabulous healing retreats. I feel so honored that we have the beautiful Out of the Woods Lyme disease healing retreats and detox programs, companion name to my memoir and recovery guide, a beautiful synergy between us all. Tell us, Judy, we've got fabulous locations that you've got on the map here for the retreats. Let the world know about what's coming, because we've got listeners in Europe, we've got listeners in Australia, we've got listeners in South America. Let them know what's coming, what's on the calendar.
Thank you, Katina. It's really exciting. Our first is in Brittany, France. It's coming up in July, from July 20th through August 2nd. And it's a private home, just beautiful country home, very relaxing. One of the things that really struck me when I was there, how it just was so peaceful and quiet. And when you go for a walk from the home, you're literally walking, you can walk out and down a dirt road and through fields. You can ride a bike to the shoreline, to actually the Brittany coast, to Cap Friel Lighthouse. We're going to visit castles. And it's just very healing just being there. So that's in Brittany this summer. As I said, we have a retreat from July 20th through August 2nd. That one is focused on Lyme disease. It's 14 days and has a full 7-day cleanse in the center of it. So we complement that with some fun and a little decadence on either side, but all very organic, local, healthy food. And the second retreat is beautiful French food there with their local produce and local. They're beautiful French. You can't fault them. Those local small farms, beautiful, aren't they? They know how to do it right. We visited a goat cheese farm, just very sweet. And you walk in and it's a little couple that's, handing it to you and talking to you about how, the goats, they're named. Oh, gosh. It's and so the real then thing. What's happening? We've got a back-to-back in February, right? Well, yes, we have a back-to-back actually also in Brittany. The second one is August 7th through the 14th. That one's called Cleanse and Play. And folks have the option of staying the whole time through July 20th through the August 14th, or there's two separate offered. Then in February, we do have two back-to-back, which will also be with Katina, and that's February 5th through the 14th and the 19th through the 28th. So those are each more like 9 days. Here in the beautiful Ojai Valley, historically known for its healing properties. And then the third that we have planned for next spring into summer is in Helena, Montana, at a Feather Pipe Ranch, and that is between May 29th and June 10th. Again, another gorgeous property, and that'll help some of our Midwest folks and East Coast clients be able to participate.
And
we
Canadians
do plan to
too.
do
It's
Brittany
not far
next
from
year.
Canada, is it?
And Canada, yes, exactly. Easy access from Canada. So
Fabulous. I know that, the programs are so thorough, nourishing body, mind, and spirit, gorgeous locations, as you said, so that a being can really expand into who they really are and let go of all of the burdens that we carry with the illness in itself, and then all the societal and energetic components. You've done a beautiful job of putting these together.
Thank you. I think
I'm
the
so
nature
impressed.
the nature component in each of these is key. We tried to pick beautiful, very calm and peaceful spots that gave the option for the guests to be able to walk out in nature, whether it's at the ocean or a field or with horses or to the woods, because that is how we help to find our balance and our own self-healing. So that spiritual and emotional component is so essential, as you mentioned.
I agree with you. Dr. Edie, what would you like to add in terms of the retreat, or even in any focal point here that we've been talking about Lyme disease?
Well, in terms of, it is a body, mind, spirit approach. I mean, with the body, we're working with the body in terms of food and supplements and vitamins to really, get rid of everything and build the immune system up. And also we're doing acupuncture for the meridians, chiropractic for the nervous system, homeopathics to stimulate healing, mud bath, salt bath. And then we're doing frequencies with the harmonic resonance to balance our frequencies, and also for the lens, which is a low-energy neurofeedback system that helps to restore basic function of the brain. So that's all the body stuff and also mind stuff. But in terms of the spiritual, we're also looking at the emotional piece, the emotional component, the toll this takes on us, the stress it creates for us and our families. And through mindfulness training, through meditation, through being out in nature, through your work with the patients and speaking with them, and with your spiritual healing work, we're covering all the bases, so that we're not only helping them to fight this, but we're also helping them get a long-term resolution for relief, and also to have a more happier, productive life, which is what we all want and need.
It's so fantastic. I think everybody's going to leave the retreats having gained so much knowledge and a whole new orientation of how they can move forward in their lives with all of the magnificent healing work, and also the take-homes. There's going to be a lot of take-home.
A lot of take-home work. They will gain a lot of knowledge and how to do the cleanses at home, how to take care of themselves, what they need to clean up. And usually they have a diet plan, for the next month, and they'll be in contact with us, letting us know how they're doing and everything like that. So I really encourage people to get onto amaraohai.com. Take a look at our center, and also all the information on Brittany and the other workshops are there.
Yes, so I'm going to spell it for everybody. It's Amara, which is AMARAOJAI.com, right? That's amaraohai.com. And please reach out. Judy and the others will get back to you. Spread the word. We'll put it up on Facebook. This show will be on podcast as of tomorrow. Limelightradio.com. You can go listen to it again. You can share it with your friends. They're archived on iTunes. Just type Limelight Radio in the search window on iTunes, and then you can search for today's show. Thank you both, Dr. Edie-Resto and Judy Gabriel. You've been terrific guests today.
Oh, thank you. It's been a great pleasure, and hopefully we'll be back again.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. We'll have to have you back
doing.
again. It's been a fabulous interview. We could cover so much more ground together. Thank you, Judy, for educating everybody on all the specifics of the retreats. I'm so excited for them. I think this is the beginning of a new pathway of healing and restoration for so many folks. You are such giving and caring and compassionate and talented people. I'm so grateful to have you.
Well, thank you for leading us. It's really a pleasure to be working with you, Katina, and thank you for all that you're doing for this community, because everybody needs to be inspired back to their own balance and their own healing. And
thank you so much, Judy, for your kind words, and you too, Dr. Edie. It's been a joy to have you on air today. Audience, visit limelightradio.com. Anytime you want, you can listen to our shows, 2 years worth now in archives. Thank you all. Mara Williams will be guest hosting for me next week. And have a great day. This is Limelight Radio with Katina Makris.
You've been listening to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. Tune in each Wednesday at 1 Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready for some of the most provocative conversation with leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. If you've missed any part of this hit radio show, visit Limelightradio.com. That's Limelightradio.com. We'll see you next week on Limelight Radio with Katina Makris.
Then I go to my